Okay, so we're reviewing Vishesh, who is playing DPS on Route 66. This is Bronze 1, and this is what they said. They're our new player who's a hard stuck bronze, so we'll take any and all feedback. Just started playing Overwatch 2. I placed Bronze 5. I made it Bronze 1, but I'm not the best or most diverse player. I have 40 comp hours. I primarily play Sojourn with the occasional Reaper slash Soldier games. I haven't played any FPS games except for Valorant, and you're a low rank at that game. It's tough for me to recognize my own mistakes, but one thing I notice is I sometimes play too aggressively, especially with Sojourn ult, and that aggressive play style results in poor positioning followed by death. This is my first time requesting a VOD review, so once again, any all feedback, no matter how harsh, will be appreciated. So I would start by saying you are not hard stuck. I think you're really misinterpreting what hard stuck means. I think community typically says hard stuck when they've been playing at a certain level, pretty much, maybe going up and down by, one rank for a long time, right? Long time being weeks at least, possibly even months, with dozens of hours. You are brand new at Overwatch. You've played 40 comp hours total. You're not hard stuck anywhere. For perspective, I think I have over 1,000 hours of Overwatch, like easily. 40 hours in, you are just learning and just beginning and calibrating, and you're probably going to improve a lot if you keep playing. So I wouldn't fret about the quote unquote hard stuck aspect of it. So let's actually kind of take a look at this game. For starters, look at your team composition. So you have Moira and Zen as your healers. Moira's a great close range healer with lots of survivability, but provides no utility. Zen, not a great healer, but he can counter enemy ultimates, and he does a ton of damage, and he also has Discord, which helps you get kills. Your Diva is like a jack of all trades. She can dive, she can sort of frontline in situations, she can flank, she can peel, she can do a lot of things, but not all of them well, just all of them sort of okay. But the fact that she can do anything means she can do the right thing at the right time. And then you have Sojourn, which is range uh, DPS like you, kind of a different gameplay loop, but the same general idea. So you're playing Soldier, so just walking through like why is Soldier good? Soldier's good because he's fast, like his base speed because of sprint is very very fast. He can outrun all the other heroes in the game without movement abilities. He is very very independent because he's heal station, which is great, right? Heal station is kind of like having a half pocket healer on you at any time, which helps you to win duels, but more importantly, it helps you from getting poked down. So you can play an off angle, like really far away from your team, where you can be very annoying to the enemy. And normally they could spam you and force you to go for a health pack or get a support to come help you. But because you have heal station, you don't need to, which is really, really, really important, right? I think probably one of the best places that I ever learned this concept was on the second point of Dorado on the high ground, where especially when you're on attack and you play on the far right side, right, that elevated area, you can just be so annoying there with heal station and basically like win the fight just by existing there. You don't need to kill anyone, just by constantly putting damage on them and putting heal station down is so hard for them to deal with. Um, yeah, so that's number two. Number three, in terms of your actual gun, so you have damage fall off, but it's longer than Cassidy, so you're longer range than Cassidy for sure. Then you do, I think it's something like 19 damage per hit before damage fall off kicks in. So it's like okay, but you're not instantly killing anyone with your regular hit scan weapon. Your right click helix is very very good. Does 120 damage on a direct and does like decent splash. I think I would guess it's probably around 60-ish splash. So pretty good even miss, really, really great for dueling, but also really great for bursting people down. So if you sneak up on somebody, you can right click them, right, fire the helix and immediately shoot them. And after about 4 bullets, assuming no headshots, plus the helix, you will instantly kill a 200 health hero. It can be very, very hard for people to respond to that. So it's a really key part of flanking is being able to instantly kill people without them reacting to you at all. And finally, Visor. Visor is an okay ultimate. I think at lower ranks, it's like devastating because people have no idea what to do. At higher ranks, it drops off in utility a lot. You need a lot of support for it to be effective. But Visor makes you an aimbot, and then you can just mow people down. I think what's really important is that Visor is actually, especially if you're hitting shots, that's why like the value drops off at higher ranks. Especially if you're hitting shots already, Visor doesn't really help you because you're just getting body shots. Now they've changed it so you can actually get headshots, but ignoring that, like you just kind of get body shots with people. And it really kills people who are out of position. But if people are out of position, you can usually kill them anyway. But again, it is a dangerous ultimate. If you get nanoed, right, for example, or Hero ulti, then you're very, very dangerous with it. You can kill people super, super fast. The reload speed is quicker. That's the one thing to note is relevant. But mostly it's great at long range, believe it or not. At close range, you're going to hit shots anyway, so Visor doesn't give you so much value, and the other team can do a lot of damage to you. At long range, being perfectly accurate at long range would be almost impossible as a human being. is very, very effective, and that allows you to kill people. For example, flyers in the air, like Pharah Mercy, is a common example. Then you Visor, you kill the Mercy, then you kill the Pharah, and then you're off to town. So let's think about this. All right, we are starting the game. I'm going to free cam for a second. This is their spawn. You are playing really far up. Like, I guess you go here and like Helix and run away, but you're still taking like a little bit of a risk. If there's a Widow, for example, she can kill you when you're coming back. When you're coming back up here, right? Like if the Widow jumps up here and then you're running back after firing Helix, you can die here. I wouldn't do this. I think the risk versus reward is not great here. I think you just play regular, right? I think playing up here is fine. Honestly, you can even play just default on gas station, right? I think this is where a lot of Hitscan players end up playing. You can even play here if you want to, right? And poke down. You could be cheeky and play from this angle. These are a lot of safer angles to play versus playing very, very close right here, right? For example, if there's a Tracer coming out of spawn and I see that you're here, I'm going to immediately triple blink to you and try to take the fight. Because if I die, I'm going to be back in like 6 seconds. That's not a big deal. But if you die, you're screwed, right? You have a very long walk back. So again, not a great position to be taking a fight. All right, you Helix and you run back. Right, again, like you're just running a straight line right here. If they have a Widow, you're dead. And you don't know that they don't have a Widow, right? That's really relevant. You do not know that they don't have a Widow. Right, Hanzo also could kill you here right away. All right, you shoot down bubble. Okay. You kind of just like lose track of it. You're like, oh, I guess the Winston's jumping. So let's go back here. So you go here, right? Okay, you shoot the bubble, and then the second the Winston jumps, you should turn, be looking up at him and shooting at him, or you should be leaving, right? What you kind of do here is you're like, oh, that's interesting, and you just kind of like pause for a second, and then you run away. This is not a great reaction. Like either try to shoot and damage the Winston, right? But ideally, I think run away. Like you don't really want him to damage you here, but also you gave up high ground so easily, right? Instead of dropping down right away, just go to your right into the tunnel. So if you go in here, right here, like over here, and then you go in here and start shooting him. You stay out beam range, right? Just don't let him land on you. Landing on you is important because it'll do 50 plus melee, so 80 damage to you right away. You play over here, then you just start shooting at him. Winston's gonna be forced to drop, right? Don't be the one, whenever possible, to give up the high ground. Don't die for it, right? If you're gonna die, leave. But if you can force other people down from high ground, you will win a lot of games by controlling high ground. It's really, really important. So you come over here. If you end up taking damage, pop heal station. Like if he tries to chase you into this tunnel, pop heal station, you'll win, right? Winston actually does very little damage without jump. Like his regular beam cannon takes forever to kill people. With your heal station, it's basically impossible for him to kill you. He'll literally run out of ammo before he kills you, and you'll definitely kill him first, right? Especially in a choke like this where he cannot dodge. So again, don't give up high ground. So you drop, right? Okay, this Winston is playing way out of position. Right? So he's down. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so right here, you should be helixing him, right? He's pretty low already. Like, you should helix him right here. It's not going to kill him, but your team definitely could have killed him right here, right? And maybe your other team didn't use their abilities because they didn't think they would kill him either. So you definitely... Oh, he would have died for sure, right? Look at how low he is. Right? He would have died for sure if you helixed him. Okay. So, standing in Disruptor Beam, I think you sprint out of this right away. I don't think you stand in this. This does 200 damage. Which, frankly, is broken, but you don't stand in that. Okay, so you see how much harder it is for you to get hits here, right? Like, they have cover, like, the cart's moving, it's around a corner. If you had high ground control, there would just be a free-for-all, right? Like, you're shooting, fish in a barrel type situation. That's a bad Helix, right? So, Helix has a pretty long cooldown. Like, I know you're trying to hit the Sojourn here, but, like, it's not really on target. It's a tough Helix. I think I'd save it there and wait for a better opportunity. Okay, so Winston's here. Okay, so I think you're trying to shoot the Mercy. Again, your aim mechanics are off. Definitely what's important is you get super low here. You're actually quite lucky that you didn't die here. Right? So your reaction to Winston jump should be to immediately... Also, you see the Winston jump over and you don't react to this. You see and hear it. Right? So you see he's in it, like... Your reaction to Winston's jump should always be to sprint away from him so he doesn't land on you, right? The Winston wants to land on you. That's a good general rule for FPS games, right? Or competitive games in general. Whatever the enemy opponent wants to do, don't let them do that. If he's trying to land on you, don't let him land on you, right? If they're trying to force you in a corner, try not to go to the corner. If they're trying to force you off high ground, don't go off high ground. Like that's really kind of the core aspect of it. So now you're already low. You want to kind of chill here, right? Again, you're playing behind your healers. This is bronze, so no one's gonna really have the awareness to turn around. I would just drop healing station, right? Heal, right? Or go for a mega. You see the Winston jumping. What's your reaction? Turn around and sprint away, right? Again, he's gonna land on you right here. You see, you get down 10. This Winston easily could have killed you, right? I'm pretty sure it's just a mechanics issue. The Winston did not kill you there. That is not gonna work at higher levels. So again, back up, right? Give up space. The Winston's here, right? So the whole point of Winston is that the Winston puts a bubble, he zaps people, he forces you backwards. Okay, like there's nothing you can do about that, right? That's you just wait, right? Because he's not gonna have bubble all the time. Okay. You also saw somebody super low in the back while you're shooting this Mercy. Right? The second you go for that, I mean it's a tough shot, but I probably jump to make sure to clear the cart and then try to kill that Sojourn because she's crazy low, like literally one bullet low. Okay, so again, bad helix. You don't really have a good target here. I don't think you shoot front here, right? The Winston is super separated from his team. He is all alone, and he has no bubble right now. Right? You reload? This is 4-on-1 right now. Just kill the Winston. Right? In particular, sprint over to him, right? Get behind the gas station, and then kill the Winston. Alright, Winston's discorded. You're putting a lot of shots into the cart / the wall. That Sojourn's standing still, which is crazy. It's a good kill on the Sojourn, right? You see the Mercy going for the res right away. That's a really good opportunity to kill the Mercy. That's something that you also need to get used to in this game, is that the fact that Mercy reses exist. It's one of the highest value things you can do in a game is killing a Mercy while she's resing, because it denies 2 players from the enemy team. I almost always, if you do that, you will win the fight. So you could have easily killed her if you just recognize, hey, like that's what happened. Okay, so their Sojourn has popped ulti. You should respect this, right? She will one-tap you in the head. She'll do your ton damage body. You don't respect it. You're like, oh, okay, I guess I'll just keep fighting. What are your options there? You can go high right, for example. So she gets rezzed. You're spending a lot of time shooting people who are invincible. So right here, you got 2 options, okay? You can either go this way, right, to the right, and take cover here, right, and possibly go high ground and flank the Soldier if she's not paying attention, or you can go left and hide behind gas station. What you do right here is neither of those options. You decide to just stand in the middle, and you're like, okay, I will fight. First of all, there's a bubble here, right, so let's think about how much shooting you do just get to the bubble, and then you just sit there with 4 people shooting at you. This is not good. Like, if 4 people are shooting at you, you probably shouldn't be taking that fight as a Soldier, as a general rule, right? Again, you know, you go left, you go right here, it definitely can change the nature of the fight. So we're going to fast forward here. Oh, wow, a lot of stuff happens. Okay, so you run back up and try to contest that. The fight's already over, there's no point. Kill the Winston. Okay, great. You trigger primal. That's fine, right? That's fine. He's still actually super low. Yeah, you hit him with a yeah, you can kill him here. I don't think that would expect him to go out the door, but it's fine. Great, kill him. Okay, great. So now it's 4-5. Or 5-4, rather, right? Now it's 5-on-3. So at higher levels, your team will all be walking into them right now. Right now, your team is like not really aware of the advantage that they have, so everyone's still playing safe. But realistically, what you actually should do is that your whole team should walk into the enemy team and try to kill them. So, again, one thing that you're already doing is that you're peeking very far away from cover, right? Very, very, very far away from cover. Like, you can play right here. So one of the reasons why you play against cover is stuff will change about a fight. Right? You'll like eat a random headshot, you eat a rocket, you eat a missile, something else like that, and suddenly you're very, very low. If you're standing out in the open, you have no chance to recover and stay alive. Okay? But if you stay in your cover, you take a shot, you're like, oh, well, that's scary, and then you hide, and then you're good. So you are standing in the middle of the road. So if anything happens here, and suddenly you want to run to hide, you're a very long run from cover, either left or right. That's exactly what happens here, right? So again, like you're in the disruptor room, like run to the left and hide, okay? Put heal station down. You're kind of waiting. You're not reloading. Right now, you have plenty of chances to reload right now. Again, you peek so far out to the right, right? Again, if you're playing to the left, you'd be good. Actually, quite frankly, you should be playing high ground, right? Any number of good spots, then right down here. But since you're here, you know, that's what I'm covering. You eat the shot. I have 30 health. How do you get the cover? You can. Right? Easily preventable death. There's no reason to get that far out. Just like swing that far out into the road. Just play near cover. Always play near cover. There's a million different abilities in this game that will kill you if you don't use cover.
It seems our tests were inconclusive.
Right? I'm pretty sure when you pop Visor, it's going to be the exact same opposite problem for the opposing team because they're going to knock immediate cover, and that's why you kill them with Visor. So a really good opportunity when people are moving in straight lines to helix them, right? And then helix, like snap, fire the helix right here. The soldier maybe dies right away to the Moira. Right? 40. Yeah, exactly. He's 110 health. A helix direct there would have killed him. Okay. So now you pop helix. This is not a great helix though. And then now the soldier is on you. Right? If you had helix right there, the soldier dies. Okay, the Winston's on you. So now I think you have kind of a good response, which is to run with Winston. Okay, soldier pops Visor. I don't know why you're trying to duel that. Yeah, exactly. Run away. Use heal station. That's fine. Yeah, exactly. I think this is a good response. Soldier on you. Oh, again, look at how low he is. Just helix the ground. Right? Just helix his feet right here. The soldier dies. Right? He has 60 health right now. Just helix the ground. He dies. Okay, well, you still got it, which is frankly kind of lucky. You're at 50 health and chasing the Mercy, who can definitely kill you with their gun, by the way. For sure the Mercy can kill you with the gun. Oh, okay. Well, you got the kill. Again, don't forget there is a Mega in here. There's a Mega health pack right there that you could have grabbed.
I'll make it up to you.
Don't stand still, especially in wide open areas like that. Like if someone comes out there, Hanzo, Widow, whatever, you're just dead right away. Because I'm pretty sure you're not tracking what heroes they actually have. Okay, you're bringing out shield. Okay, so that is a really good opportunity. The moment you break that shield, you can think about popping Visor right here. Right? Because you've broken the shield. Everyone was clearly relying on the shield. You can pop shield, and definitely the soldier dies here, and maybe the soldier as well. Alright, but... Okay, now you popped it too late. Luckily, the Moira faded in. Okay. You see the Mercy try to res right away. You get some kills. After you killed... So, I think this was a bad Visor, believe it or not. Even though you get like 3 kills out of this. Because you don't need it. Like, the soldier's dead. Typically, in Overwatch, once the first team that loses somebody, right? The first team that gets first blooded, essentially, usually loses the fight. I would say 65-70% of the time they're going to lose the fight. And if the trade doesn't, and that's only if the trade happens pretty quickly. Like, they immediately kill someone else in return and make it even within a few seconds. If it goes more than 5 seconds and 5v4, almost always the team that is at the 5 is going to win. So here, after you kill the soldier, like, you're probably going to win this fight. Like, you don't need to pop anything. Right? These people, like, you would have killed them and mopped this up regardless. So you just wasted an ultimate for nothing. And I know it feels good, and that's like something that's really hard about Overwatch too, is like, there are times where you like feel like a badass because you're like, oh, I got all these people, but that was completely unnecessary. It was a big mistake to pop Visor there. Alright, so you're playing high left, which is fine. I would honestly tap X here, right? And ask for healing because you're not full right now, but you don't really want to use heal station. And sometimes, well, what's going on with this orb? Sometimes, you know, your healers don't notice. Okay, so they're coming through mines right now, tunnel. So I would be looking at this, right? You can hear them, you can see them, right? Okay, you want to be putting pressure down. Okay, good. You know, directed. So don't give it up, right? You gave it up right away. They even putting pressure on you, you immediately dropped. Like, they're not going to insta-kill you here. The soldier's not charged, right? There's nothing here that can instantly kill you. There's no Widow, there's no Hanzo. You cannot die here instantly. So strafe here, right? Fight, use this thing as cover. So let me show you like the angle, right? So you can play like this, right? Just AD strafing like this and put pressure on them, right? Play the right side of it, play the left side of it, right? Cover for heals, do this and make it really hard for them to come out. Force them to work for every inch that they get. Overwatch is so much about Overwatch is just positioning, right? You don't have to be like a dueling god. You just have to understand, like, what are they trying to do and how do I prevent them from doing it? They're trying to come out of this tunnel. You prevent them coming out of the tunnel, you're probably going to win the game, right? You're not even taking any damage. You haven't taken any damage. You're still 182 from before because you never got healed. And then you drop, right? And now you've given them better position, right? Now they have high ground on top of you. You're also not reloading. All right? You chop heal station just to heal 12 health. That's a big mistake, right? You're going to need this heal station, I bet. So again, you notice that they're able to run over your team because you're not doing anything, right? You're not in a position to threaten them at all, and they're just 5-on-3ing from their perspective, right? Let's look at this. Let's rewind and watch the soldier's perspective. Okay, soldier comes out, you drop, right? Soldier's like, okay, cool. She's just shooting all over the place. Oh, okay, I'm gonna kill this guy, right? I'm gonna kill this guy. You're not doing anything right now. You're literally like running over to the back, like just popping heal station. Now you're just come back in and started trying to injure people, and you're them. Now it's way too late, right? The fight's basically over now. You've already lost 2. Like, this fight's over. Just because you were out of position. So, at this point, it's like really hard. You're like, oh, what can I do now? Like, what you could have done is never been out of position. This is a good flank, right? You got the Moira. Again, if you had heal station right now, this would be a lot easier to win. It's good direct on the Mercy. Right, you see that person still low. You see the Mercy still low right there. It's tough for you to get her though. Again, you have heals coming up. Good. Right, and then you unfortunately hit the bike, hard for your strafe, and then you die. But again, that fight was pretty much not winnable at that point. It was 5-on-3. You would have had to kill 2 just to make it even, right? And then 3 to be up 1. So very, very hard in that situation to win. Okay, so your D.Va's out. Oh, they've already capped. There's no reason to be fighting this, right? So they've already capped, so this fight is like not particularly meaningful. I guess your D.Va's in, so you're kind of fighting for that. Good job getting the Mercy. Alright, you hit another direct. Reload. Ooh, a lot of misses there. You could have killed the... I mean, yeah, I mean something that comes with time and like intentional practice. You play deathmatch a lot. There's a lot of guides online on how to improve their aim. It's definitely not something that is in the scope of me being able to talk about right now, but there are times where people are moving in straight lines, and that's honestly where you need to do that. Like, this should be a really easy kill, right? She goes forward, and then she goes backwards, and you gotta be able to hit those. Okay, dying there is bad, right? Now you're staggered and desynced from your team, but honestly, this is broad, so like everyone's gonna be constantly in a state of being staggered. So, one thing that's really important is we hitting scoreboard, right? Right now, if I'm not seeing anything, I would be hitting scoreboard to see what the tank respawns as, to make sure it's not a surprise, like it is right now. Because the tank is coming back as a hog, which forces you to play very differently. Because if the hog comes through this doorway, he hooks you, you die, you've just thrown the game, right? Very important thing, constantly be pushing tab, looking at the scoreboard. Don't shoot the hog. Yeah. Right? And because you're standing still right there, you eat a Helix Rocket. Standing still, very dangerous. Yeah, like he could have killed you there, right? 3 bullets, 4 bullets, you die right there. Okay. Again, hog is here. You have to be very careful. If the hog swings wide here, what's your plan, right? You just die. He jumps, he hooks you, you're dead. I don't think you want to play right here, right? I think, like, Soldier, you don't want to play close to people, right? Because your actual damage per second is not that great. You want to be playing farther away, not like super far away. You're not a sniper, but like here, this is a good distance. Lots of cover, good high ground. You can back away easily. There's also a mini health pack below you, a mega health pack over there. You have a lot of options here. Right here, very little options, okay? If I'm the hog, I know you're here. I swing wide like this. What are you going to do? Try to get back in the doorway? That's obvious. I jump, right? I fire a hook. I hook you back. You die. Right? Okay, where you're shooting. Okay. So, you know, that's actually a potential option when she Valks right there is the visor and kill her. It's like pretty tough because there's not a lot of time to do it. So I think it's probably the right call to the visor, but just letting you know that's often a good counter to Valkyrie is to immediately pop visor and kill her because then you wipe out, cancel her ultimate right away, even if that's all you end up doing. It's still worth it. So again, you're just standing still right here as though nobody can see you, despite the fact that you see like the whole team, like the whole team right now is going to be looking at you, right? You see how long you're staying? Like, you should be dead here. There's no world where you should have lived for that. It's actually kind of bonkers that you're still alive. Right, now the Mercy kills you. So, yeah, just standing still is a terrible idea. Basically, never stand still in this game. There's like 1.1% of the time, yeah, you can get away from standing still if you have a lot of game sense and awareness, like where time is. That is not one of them. And again, notice because you were so close to them, like, you take a ton of damage. Damage fall off is really big in this game. It's not obvious, but damage fall off is really, really important in this game. And so playing farther away dramatically reduces the damage you'll take. Okay, so the Sojourn slides into you. He's being populated by Mercy, so definitely not a fight that you're going to feel confident taking right now. But the problem here, so first of all, you put heal station down, but you're not taking any damage yet. I think preemptively because you thought you were going to take damage, but I don't think I would do that. Now you haven't reloaded, right? You helix her. Again, you have 18 bullets. You're never going to kill her when she's being pocketed. Just reload right now. Right? Now you can kill a hog, right? Who's whole hogging your whole team, right? He gets pretty low. You could have helped with that. You're shooting the Mercy. You gotta kill. You gotta get that kill. Yeah, you gotta get that kill. She's just rezzing in front of your whole team. All right, D.Va gets popped. Yeah, a lot of people. You're gonna suffer from the the school of fish problem, right? As a predator, there's so many people there that you're kind of shooting at all of them versus shooting at one of them. You have to isolate one person and get the kill, right? Just because there's 4 people running around, you have to kill one of them. Doing some damage to all of them is not as good as doing a lot of damage to one of them. But actually, the Moira on the left is really who you should be killing, right? The Moira is totally separated from the team. I think she's even faded to get there. Just kill the Moira. Again, you're doing damage, but like not really to anybody, and then you die. So overall, you know, not a lot of impact this game, right? I don't even think you got that many kills. I think you got maybe 4 kills, 3 or 4 kills in that entire first half, which is not enough to carry the game by any means. That's probably falling level.
Initiating match. 1.
Again, a lot of these kills I'm pointing out are not things where you're like, oh, you have to be so good at killing these. Like, you just need like a little bit better, and you can get these, or like or just not be dead, honestly, right? And get more value out of your visor. That visor you got there got 0 value too. Okay, so Sojourn versus Hog. Sojourn's gameplay loop is charge with left click and then right click people, right? That's her gameplay loop. Well, actually, and you can add in put disruptor down to slow them and then right click them because it makes it easier, right? Hog is a great target for you. Very easy to hit. He doesn't have any barriers. He has no damage or negation. You just charge your left click on him, and then you find a squishy target to right click. Don't be right clicking the Hog. That's like the most important thing. Don't right click the Hog. Yeah. See, I see you're trying to kill the Sojourn, which is good. I think you want to be advancing now, right? Because follow your diva in, right? Find the Hog. Build charge off the Hog. So that right click is a waste. Yeah, I mean, you're trying to kill the Sojourn. You're trying to kill the Sojourn. I get it. The Sojourn's running a straight line to the right, but you fired to the left. There's no way this can happen. Okay, now you're playing too close, right? You're like inching forward as you start shooting. This is a common problem that people have, is that the thing they're looking at, they start drifting towards them, right? You want to be just AD strafing here. Okay, so now you're charged. You're looking for a right click. Okay, you miss it. It's not even particularly close, honestly. Okay, very dangerous to turn here, right? Easy target for a bunch of different abilities, but most notably hook. I don't think you've seen the hook. Yeah, you see the hook just got fired right after. Hog easily kills you there, right? Even in silver, I think you die right there for peeking that close left angle, right? Generally speaking, play behind your diva. Okay, so that Cassidy was overextended. Your diva actually bumped him backwards into his team. Okay, fully charged. Look for the right click. Again, there are times where you straighten out. And that's when I feel it, right? As an experienced player, I feel when I'm like, oh, okay, you're gonna die here. So watch. Okay, great. See, so like you like walk forward right there. I know it's like small, but I can feel it. That as the opposing team, I would definitely kill you. Okay. Yep. I mean, this is a reasonable try. I mean, you missed the headshot, but you know, if you're playing Sojourn, you go for it, right? Get the body shot. Okay, now you have another right click. Right? You go for it. Okay. So keep in mind, you can still be doing your left click. It charges you faster, right? So you can still be doing your left click. Now you got to be hitting headshots. You have 3 frozen targets. You got to be hitting these headshots. 1, 2. Okay, you missed that one. All right, just finish. Now you can right click them. Yeah. So you know the Cassidy lived. You don't need 5 on cart, right? You should be pushing up with the Mercy to be try to farm for your Nusk's ultimate and or get a pill. Right? So right now, I don't think you take this fight because you get stuck and killed, right? I think that is not the fight. I think you go high ground, right? I think you go high ground with your slide jump ability. The Mercy, you know, you ping X for your Mercy to follow you. Your Mercy follows you, you go over, then you kill the Cassidy, and then you start peeking at the choke. Because you want to start farming your ulti right away, right? I can't believe he misses Magnetic here. Magnetic plus melee would have killed you. Magnetic does 121, something like that. Okay, so now they have Winston, right? So you have to play a little differently, right? So you have to, don't worry about Hog, but you have to worry about, or hooks rather, and now you have to worry about being dove and being separated by the team. Okay, I think going for the warriors there. The right click's very slow. Okay. See, farm. I think I'm right click the Winston there, right? Again, if you're gonna get the kill, go ahead and right click the tank. He's very low right now, right? I would definitely right click the tank here. He's 75 health. You do not want him to return to his team. Okay, you're standing still right now for a Sojourn who's charged. You see how you're just standing still right there? Right? At any moment in time, she has 100 energy. She just points up there, right clicks you, you're dead. Yeah, I mean, you gotta hit those. I think you're rushing it a little bit, right? You know she's gonna have to retreat there. You can just honestly hold the crosshair in her retreat path and wait for her to walk into it. Those are the easiest shots that when people walk into your shot, because they don't require any aim at all, right? You just line it up and then wait for them to step in front and then you shoot it. Okay, yep. Go for the burst here. Oh, okay. Well, you killed her anyway. Okay, again, Cassidy, amazingly good close-range duelist. You, not a good close-range duelist. A terrible close-range duelist. Probably one of the worst DPS, honestly, at close range, right? He sticks you, and then you die. And that's why. He doesn't even need to aim, right? It locks onto you. Also, you could have survived there if you walked into the Mega. Right? You get stuck, you're at 50, right? You just slide left into the Mega, you live. Right? You'll live with like 80 health, but you'll live. Yeah, bad death. Unnecessary to be taking that fight. Again, Sojourn fully charged. You can see from the blue glow, very crazy to be walking up and challenging her like that. So you're frontlining a lot, right? You're like in the middle of the team. So I think you're popping ulti here, right? To make sure that you can win this fight. Okay, you should get healed. You should reload. Okay, you want to be popping ulti here. Like, this is your time to carry the fight. You have ultimate, you have good position, they're distracted by your diva. Like, you should not be taking this long flank right now. Like, your whole team is committed. Okay. Ugh. Okay, nice. Again, you could be holding left click while this is going on. Alright, your left click still works, still does damage, still builds your charge just a little bit faster if you want. Okay, so you go for a flank right here. I think it's reasonable to start with Disruptor, yeah. Okay, yep, you can just go with left click, it's great. I would have right clicked that diva when she's running away to make sure she pops mech. But you used to kill the soldier, it's fine. Moving the payload. He does a lot of shots here, none of which have a prayer of hitting. Right, let's watch this. Okay. I guess they're suppressing the doorway. There's like nobody on the screen though. I wouldn't really. And now they come up after you stop shooting. Right. A lot of shots missing right now. Yeah, I mean, I just don't think that was a good use of your time. I think you had better targets that you could conceivably have actually farm charge off of. I think you also take high ground right now on the left. Right. Very, very hard to displace once you're up here. So, what you saw right there, I note right here mentally, I'm like, hey, look, that Zen is low, right? I'm thinking about that for my next disruptor, is that Zen has to play there on there at the mini. So again, I don't know why you're drifting forwards, right? There's lots of targets right here. You don't need to drift forwards. Don't try to chase it down. I don't use pulse on the Reaper, right? Because again, I'm thinking about that Zen over there. That's right, because he basically just walks out of this so easily. Now you take some damage, yeah. Like, your target prioritization and positioning is not ideal, right? I think you just stay up here. You're like, okay, cool. You know, the Reaper is what it is, and just kind of let him go, right? And then just focus on killing the Zen, right? Zen's super easy. Zen is just a floating box. He's the easiest hero to hit in the game by far. Well, besides tanks. Easiest non-tank to hit. So, yeah, with Reaper, you don't want to be sliding into him like that. Granted, your whole team is there. You're slammed by the ball. You're being pocketed. Ball does very little damage. You don't need to slide there. You do not need to slide there, right? You're being pocketed by ball. Ball does very little damage, especially once he's already slammed and rolled. Right, good job. Right, I think this is the right call. You see the Zen. You try to get the headshot. I would not jump though before you right click, because that's a bad habit that you're gonna run into. I'm just always jumping before you do it, which is gonna throw off your aim. Okay, you are not reacting to the high noon at all. All right, you hear it. You have slide available. You could slide to the cart. You could slide to the right. You have many options. Right, standing out here, worst possible option. So again, let's watch it from his perspective. He goes over here. High noons. Oh, you're just hanging out there. Just hanging out there. Oh, you're dead. So yeah, you can't be doing that. Okay, so you come back to the fight. You disrupt your ball or pulse of nothing. You're just fighting the or the ball, and because you're just running a straight line, he's just shooting you in the head. Right. This is not good movement or dodging on your part. Look at it from the ball's perspective. Okay, I'm coming over. Ooh. Okay, I'm shooting you. Oh look, you see how you're just running in a straight line? Like, it's so easy for the ball to kill you in that situation. If you just AD strafe, it's very hard. Ball does very little damage, especially if you're just a little bit farther away. Like, you make it very easy. You just run like a bot backwards. You could have run to the mini room, right? You had a lot of options there, including possibly slide. Oh, I think you slid in. No, you even have slide here. Oh no, you use slide. Yeah, that's a great example. You shouldn't use slide when you're potentially going to be game. Right? But again, you could have strafed. Like, I guarantee you, even if I was there and was not shooting, I could definitely dodge that ball, prevent him killing me and get to the mini. Okay, slide back. Again, now's your time. You really got to carry, right? You got to think, okay, big moment for you. Big moment is DPS. You got to pop ulti here. You got to get a big play. So you're don't shoot your pulse like a shot, right? You got to hit the ground. That pulse goes way too far. Let's actually see where this pulse ends up landing. See? Way too far back. I think you meant to put it here, but way too far back. Yeah. Again, you're... That's a hard target, right? He's like strafing back and forth. You can get easier targets by just going in there. I think you popped ulti way too early. Alright, I think that's a good pulse. Okay, you guys slide backwards? Yeah, good call on pulse. Right? You gotta hit the right click. Like, he's just ulting in a straight line. Like, you gotta hit the right click in that situation. Yeah, okay. I mean, I don't think I need to watch the rest of this, but I guess we will. No, you're not getting the card. So, in summary, what to say here? I would say, number one, a lot of bad deaths, right? A lot of bad deaths just from bad positioning. Just being way too far forward, typically not understanding the right distance to be playing a soldier, which is in the mid-range. Not close, not far, but in the mid-range. Number two is... Number two is like kind of the timing of when you fight. Like, sometimes like things are very intense and you go for a flank, and sometimes things are very casual and then you try to like push the pace. I think you let your tank really dictate that and the way the fight plays out. And I would say number three is that, like, you kind of just need to hit shots. That's just like the reality of it. You play a hit scan hero like a DPS in a first person shooter, you gotta hit shots. There are a lot of really easy ones that you could have gotten. Again, nobody's asking you to like have godlike aim and snipe someone from across the map, but there are a lot of easy close range ones that I think you're missing. Again, I think you're very early in your Overwatch career. Like for perspective, I have 20, 30 times more hours than you, which I think is a lot of the players you're going to be running into once you hit to goldish. So I wouldn't fret about it, but you're definitely not hard stuck by any means. Yeah, again, there are lots of guides online on how to get better at aim, practice and deathmatch. Like, I personally, like, if I go into deathmatch, I can basically always come in like win or come in second if I play deathmatch. And I'm not even a DPS main. I think as a DPS main, like, you need to be at that level where like you can consistently win. There's also workshop deathmatchers where you do one-on-one, which I think are honestly better than the free-for-all deathmatch ones. I think the free-for-all deathmatch one is not good. It's a lot of it's just being opportunistic versus like actually having the skill to beat people 1v1, and you can practice those as well. Hope this is helpful.